the next thing we will go look at now one of the most important tips to know when it comes to learning CSS, and now what we they call box model. Box model just means say CSS and HTML as a whole follow the box model. It means say every element, every tag where you they see na box. Now I tell you before, say you no fit see this box until you use border or background color. But the box they there. Everything occupy a own box, especially block level elements. But even inline element ones, you don't put them inside inline elements like span. You don't turn a own box with that. The reason why everything na box now because say he go make am easy to style am with CSS, so you go know how your element they interact with other elements. As long as you know, say okay, this first element with the inside na box and the other element with the inside na box. Then is the gets another element inside them. It just like say box, the inside box, the inside box. So you go feel use okay maybe na border color to change the border, or use margin bottom to give space between one box and one box, or use padding to shift the box or the content of the box inside. But you guys know say all of these things, elements, P elements, H1 elements, div, everything in that box. Now to make sure say you really understand the box model, I could show you practical examples. See this code we I paste here now. We get just one div. This div we give am class of box. Inside the div we get one sentence. Now we will use our CSS to add border style to show us the box of that div element. We go add border of 5 pixels, solid and blue color. Now I will use this opportunity to introduce you to the border style. If you want apply style to your border, you guys provide 3 characteristics like we do for here. The first one are the thickness of the box, usually in pixels, but you still use other units where we learn as well. Now we'll use 5 pixels for our box. Now why it be like this? If we increase the pixels to like 20 pixels, you go did even thicker. The second, now how you want make the box be. Now different critical properties now your box fit get. This one we use solid, but you fit use other styles like the ones where I dey show you for here. Now lastly we get the color. For this one we use blue color, but you fit use any kind of color wey you want using the names of the color or the X code. Now I tell you say no matter what you get for your HTML, everything na box. This our div now na just box will contain one sentence, but we use CSS to change the properties of our box. We use them change the border, but we also fit use them change the size to make them bigger or smaller, no matter what's in the inside. Even if you get empty div wey not in the inside, na still box wey be say you fit use CSS make them dey bigger or smaller. Now maybe we change the size of our box, make our div width and height. Then make I also change the background color. Now for here, I will introduce you to what we they call the margin property. I already tell you say margin, with the user they change the position of our element or our box. So I will give this one margin of 30. I go also give them padding of 20 pixels. Now the difference between padding and margin, na say we dey use margin property to change the starting position of our box compared to the element with the outside the box. If you use margin to the left, top, bottom or right. If you use margin to the left, it means they shift and inside. If you use margin to the top, it means they push your elements down. And if you use margin bottom, it means they put space between your element and the next element. You get different ways where you feel write the margin style. You feel provide 4 values. If you see margin with 4 values, it means that the first value stands for the margin top. The second one stands for the margin right. The third one are the margin bottom. And the fourth now the margin left. The reason why it be like this now because say like clockwise. They go from up to right to down to left. Now the same. So the first one are margin top. The second one are margin right. The third one are margin bottom. And the first one are margin left. You also fit provide just 2 values. if you provide two values for your margin, it needs to make the first one stand for both the top and the bottom, and the second one stand for both the left and the right. Finally, you fit just write everything separately. You fit write margin top, give am the value wey you want, write margin bottom, write margin left, and write margin right separately. The same thing go for padding. You fit write 4 values for your padding to specify the top, right, bottom, and left. You fit write 2 values to specify the top and bottom and the left and right, and you fit write that separately. But the difference between margin and padding na say padding na about the element wey dey inside your box. You dey use am give space between the element inside and the border of the boxes. Remember, margin you dey use am shift the whole box as a whole, but padding you dey use am target the position of the element wey dey inside your box. Now, another thing wey you guys know for CSS na wetin we dey call box sizing. Usually for box sizing, we get 2 types: border box and content box. Wetin this one mean? Well, for CSS, if you get one box and let's say you specify the width of the box to be 300 pixels. Now, the whole size of the box na 300 pixels. But now, let's say we add padding of 20 pixels. Now, your box don't increase to 320 pixels with that, because you go calculate the width of the box itself, and then once you don't add padding, you did increase them by 20 pixels, and then let's say you add another border will be 20 pixels wide. Now, you go add the thickness of the border plus the padding plus the width. Everything will be 340 pixels. But sometimes if you set the width of your box, you won't make the width remain the width where you set, regardless of how much padding or border you add. Now, why did they use border box and content box be that? If you use border box, the width of your box will still remain at 300 pixels. Even if you add padding, even if you add border thickness, anything where you add, you go make sure say it calculates the width in such a way that we say the final result go be the width where you set. But if you use content box, that will say it go contribute to the add the width of anything else where you set to your original width. Usually, box sizing they one of the things where we they call reset styles. Now the things where developers like to they set at the beginning of their CSS to apply them to all of their HTML page, sometimes to set their preference and sometimes to reset some of the default style we say the browsers could apply to your HTML page automatically if you know reset them. Now, the most common reset styles be this. You see here for the first one, we get box sizing to border box. We they do this one now to tell our browser, say, okay, every element where I go use for this page, whether in a div, paragraph, H1, I want make my box sizing be border box. Once you don't lump for here with this star just means say I they apply all these styles to all my page. This time a universal selector, it dey select every single thing within the page and it dey apply this style to so you don't need to apply for all your box individually. Now, if you want come use content box for one of the box, if you can apply to override this one again. So after this box sizing, another reset style will they always use now the margin and the padding, because some browsers they automatically give margin and padding to your elements. So you they use this reset style to tell them say change this margin and padding everywhere to 0 first. I won't start with 0. So now if you can change and later in the specific element styles themselves, but for now I won't reset everything to 0.